Chinese dramas don't just dominate screens, they dominate time, emotion, and memory. In 2025, audiences across China and global streaming platforms made one thing clear. These stories weren't just popular, they were unstoppable. In this video, we're counting down every Chinese drama that crossed the 1 billion view milestone in 2025, with the top 3 pushing past 2 billion views. From fantasy epics to grounded human stories, this list represents the most watched, most discussed, and most replayed Chinese dramas of the entire year. 20. Immortal Ascension, 1.001 billion views. Let's start with a classic that proves one thing: the underdog cultivation story never gets old. Immortal Ascension pulls viewers in with a brutally practical main character. Han Li doesn't rely on destiny, hidden bloodlines, or chosen one luck. He survives through caution, patience, and ruthless realism. What made this drama addictive was its anti-hero logic. Han Li doesn't fight unless he has to. He retreats when necessary, and when danger becomes unavoidable, he plans 10 steps ahead. Audiences loved watching a mortal nobody rise not through glory, but through discipline and strategy. The teleportation arc launching him into a new continent became one of the most replayed segments of the series. With Season 2 officially confirmed and a new female lead being cast, Immortal Ascension barely cleared 1 billion, yet still feels far from finished. 19. Northward, 1.031 billion views. This is the kind of drama that doesn't shout for attention, it earns it quietly. Set around the Grand Canal, Northward uses time, memory, and reunion as its emotional backbone, following lives that drift apart only to circle back to the river that shaped them. What elevated this drama was its grounded realism. Bai Lu's performance stood out, stripping away glamour to play a dusty, energetic, stubborn woman shaped by her era. When the canal finally earns UNESCO recognition, it doesn't feel like a national achievement, it feels personal. That emotional sincerity is why Northward performs so strongly with older viewers and critics alike. 18. Perfect Match, 1.051 billion views. This drama proves one thing: rom-coms still rule when done right. With 5 couples and 5 relationship dynamics, Perfect Match offers something rare: romance without emotional exhaustion. Instead of misunderstandings and suffering, it leans into street-level humor, family chaos, and playful matchmaking. The bustling ancient city setting gives the show a warm, everyday rhythm. Not grand, but comforting. Why did it go viral? Because audiences felt relaxed watching it. Each couple represents a different kind of love: slow burn, bickering partners, mature companionship, making it easy to recommend and even easier to rewatch. 17. A Better Life, 1.085 billion views. This drama hit at exactly the right moment. A Better Life taps directly into modern anxieties: age, career instability, and starting over when society says it's too late. Sun Li's return to an urban workplace drama drew attention, but what carried the show was its female rivalry turned alliance arc. Instead of turning the younger coworker into a flat villain, the drama dismantles that expectation. Audiences loved watching 2 women clash, grow, and rebuild themselves together, not through romance but competence. It's a revenge fantasy without cruelty, and that's why it resonated. 16. The Glory, 1.088 billion views. If you love slow burn revenge with surgical precision, this delivered. The Glory stands out because its female lead doesn't rush. She waits, she studies, she moves pieces like chess. Greed, jealousy, power. What pushed this drama past 1 billion views was its balance of domestic intrigue and political ambition. The romance doesn't weaken the plot, it strengthens it, turning the couple into a strategic alliance. Chun-Li Ling's performance was praised for its restraint, every soft smile hiding calculation. This wasn't flashy revenge, it was methodical, and audiences respected that. 15. The Journey of Legend, 1.08 billion views. Despite online backlash, the journey of Legend proves a simple truth. People complain loudly, but they watch honestly. Yes, the drama took heat for uneven directing and pacing, but at its core, the story works. A modern office worker is pulled into a wuxia novel and wakes up as the young lord of a sword sect, instantly thrown into a jianghu with zero mercy. What kept audiences hooked was the difficulty curve. This isn't a power fantasy, it's survival mode. Family wiped out, enemies everywhere, allies dying for him. Every episode forces the lead to grow, not for glory, but because he has no choice. With tighter production, this could have cracked the top 10. Still, crossing 1 billion views under this much criticism is impressive on its own.
你们唐门这笔账
14. A Dream Within a Dream. 1.162 billion views. This drama succeeded because it understood one thing perfectly. Audiences love stories that fight fate itself. Lee Yi-tong plays a struggling actress who wakes up inside the historical script she's auditioning for, only to realize she's been cast as a doomed female lead. Her death is already written. What starts as dark comedy turns into sharp meta storytelling. Every attempt to escape destiny only makes things worse, until she realizes the male lead, played by Liu Yuning, is just as trapped as she is. The popularity comes from self-awareness. It mocks tropes while delivering tension, romance, and real stakes. That balance made it dangerously bingeable.
日月为盟，事成既定。
13. Feud. 1.178 billion views. Let's be honest, Feud isn't revolutionary. Fallen immortal lovers turned enemies is familiar territory, and the plot doesn't take big risks. What pushed this drama past 1 billion views was pure star power. Luo Yunxi and Bai Lu's chemistry did the heavy lifting. Emotional fallout, dramatic confrontations, and a reunion fans were waiting for. This is proof that casting alone can push a drama into elite viewership territory. 12. The Demon Hunter Romance. 1.276 billion views. This might be the most underrated drama on the list. Set in a city where demons hide in plain sight, the story blends mystery, horror, and romance with confidence. Song Zuer's character can see what others can't, and once she exposes a demon, there's no turning back. The real hook comes later. The male lead, feared demon hunter, is actually a top-tier demon himself. Audiences love the eerie atmosphere, strong performances, and case of the week structure that slowly builds into something bigger. Everything works, which is exactly why fans still argue this should have ranked higher. 11. The First Frost. 1.335 billion views. This drama proves chemistry can elevate even the simplest story. A quiet reunion romance between former classmates slowly becomes accidental cohabitation, then one of the sweetest love stories of the year. What made The First Frost explode wasn't plot twists, it was emotional texture, lingering looks, gentle care, unspoken feelings. The director knew exactly when to pull back and let silence do the work. This was comfort viewing at its finest, and audiences showed up in massive numbers. 10. Six Sisters. 1.37 billion views. So how did a family period drama reach the top 10? By reminding people what home really means. Six Sisters follows 6 women with wildly different personalities navigating love, marriage, careers, and generational change, all anchored by their father's belief. Family is life's true foundation. This drama didn't rely on shock or spectacle. It relied on recognition. Viewers saw their own families on screen, and that honesty drove its massive reach.
苦什么呀？
9. In the Name of Justice. 1.387 billion views. This was 2025's most watched modern crime drama. Its secret weapon, scale. Prosecutors reopen an old organized crime case, only to uncover a network tied to corruption across multiple systems, multiple departments, multiple investigations, one system finally moving. What made this addictive wasn't innovation, it was momentum. It delivered the same high-stakes crackdown energy audiences love, and did it with confidence.
你看一下。
8. The Prisoner of Beauty. 1.428 billion views. The Prisoner of Beauty hit the perfect balance between political marriage and slow burn romance. Liu Yuning and Song Zuer delivered a classic Cold War couple. Forced marriage, mutual suspicion, and trust earned one move at a time.
想什么呢？
我在想，如今我们是一家三口，以后可能还会有。
The popularity came from tension, not sweetness. Every glance felt calculated. Every emotional shift felt earned. Many fans believe censorship limited how bold this adaptation could be, and that alone shows how strong the core story really was. 7. Coroner's Diary. 1.429 billion views. This was the most popular female-led revenge drama of the year. What set Coroner's Diary apart was competence. The female lead isn't protected by luck. She's skilled, observant, dangerous in the quietest way possible.
天道无存，恶行遍布人间。
As she solves cases and dismantles enemies, the story peels back a much larger conspiracy tied directly to the imperial court. Audiences loved watching a woman win not by endless suffering, but by outthinking everyone around her.
所有的。
6. Flourished Peony. 1.6 billion views. Yang Zi's presence alone guarantees attention, but this drama earned its place. Her character builds power through business, strategy, and resilience.
生意，知道吗？牡丹花大多都有雅名。
花鸟大臣不懂驯养。
Carving influence in a world stacked against her. This is success without shortcuts. Viewers showed up because they trust Yang Zi to deliver emotional consistency and long-term growth. Something very few stars manage this reliably.
没有这般怠慢心腹的。
5. Moonlight Mystique. 1.672 billion views. Fantasy, romance, and fandom power collide here. A mortal girl and an arrogant demon king are forced into a shared mission, one that slowly turns into genuine affection.
那你记得是？
这就走了？
这么晚了，也不知道那妖王睡了没。
The narrative is familiar, but the chemistry and emotional progression kept fans locked in. A huge portion of the view count came from repeat watching and fan-driven promotion, proof that fandom culture is still one of the strongest forces in Chinese drama.
也是因为觉得你的幸福太过。
4. This Thriving Land. 1.838 billion views. This drama completely reshaped audience perception of its lead actress. From betrayal on her wedding day to becoming a leader who understands land as survival, dignity, and resistance.
儿啊，事儿呢，就是这个事儿。你给俺个实底儿准话，这人你是要。
This is a full-life epic. What pushed it this high was writing quality. Every emotional turn felt earned, every decision rooted in history and character. Without its heavy period focus, breaking 2 billion views would have been well within reach. 3. Love's Ambition. 2.075 billion views. Sharp, messy, unapologetically entertaining. The female lead lies her way into high society and marries for status, not love. The relationship is transactional, until it isn't.
两颗龙舌兰相遇之后，
我拥有世界上最温暖、最疼爱我的父母。
他不参加高考了，家里对他还有别的安排。
Audiences loved the power shifts, bickering arcs, and the eventual emotional reversal. Unrealistic? Yes. Bingeable? Absolutely. This drama knew exactly what it was doing.
沈浩明，他是第一个让我明确感受到被爱。
2. Guardians of the Dawning. 2.178 billion views. This was a genre-blending surprise hit. Time travel, mystery, historical crime, and tragedy collide as a modern man wakes up inside a brutal ancient prison system.
人皆养子，望聪明。
What elevated this drama was the ending. The lead doesn't win, he's erased, forgotten. That emotional gut punch turned casual viewers into vocal fans demanding a second season. That intensity pushed the drama past 2 billion views. 1. The Legend of Zang, 2.19 billion views. At this point, no explanation is really needed. The Legend of Zang has cemented itself as a modern pillar of Chinese political intrigue. Standing beside Nirvana in Fire and Joy of Life. Every discussion leads back here. It wasn't just watched, it was studied, debated, and rewatched. Until another heavyweight dethrones it, The Legend of Zang stands as the most watched Chinese drama of 2025. View counts will change, platforms will update, but impact is harder to measure. These 20 dramas didn't just dominate numbers, they shaped conversations, fandoms, and memories all year long. Out of all of them, which one stayed with you the longest?